So, best Alvin and the Chipmunks movie since The Squeakquel.
I hate you so much.
That was incredible. I mean, I don't know how they managed to digitize these voices so perfectly and make them so wonderful singers. Just beautiful singers. The best movie of the year right there. I don't even know why they didn't release this sooner, because really it's not like they had any, competition to do against it.
The road chip, it doesn't even, it's not a pun.
It's a great pun. I just don't think you appreciate the rich history of the Alvin and the Chipmunks movies.
Yes, I love Alvin and the Chipmunks so much.
Look, we will marathon the other three. Trust me, this was the best one. You just have to understand the complex characterizations of all the other movies leading up to this one. Except for the third one. The third one was just, But this one was a return to form.
I thought this was the third one.
No, it was the fourth one. Those are wonderful tears of joy at such a beautiful, beautiful film that we've seen tonight.
I hate you so much.
Oh, no, you don't.
I hate rodents.
I wish I'd cleaned this place up a little bit more. I mean, these costumes just sitting out. My brother wanted to troll some other movie that was coming out tonight, Star Space or something. I don't know.
I hate you. I wanted.
That sci-fi guy was in it. Background extra. You could see him in one shot.
I want to see your own trip, Chip. I hate chipmunks. I hate them. I hate you.
Okay, so Force Awakens.
Zoom, 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 zoom. The ones we brought to the theater made noise when we hit each other.
Yeah, the problem with, of course, a packed house like this, you're gonna the fear you have is that I have no space to put all my extra lightsabers and stuff that I brought with me. So we just decided to take the ones that are old school toy lightsabers that retracted down and made noises and stuff.
Yeah.
This one, I think Graham's letting us borrow this. This, I think, is from ForceWorks, I can't remember.
Yeah, or custom handle.
Either ForceWorks or Ultra Saber, one of the two.
Here, check out the detail in this handle.
Yeah, he got this one out of a grab bag, so it's pretty much just black, all straight up black, which he didn't like. So he got one with silver highlights.
But check the glow on this thing, man.
I know, pull it back, actually, you could appreciate it more because, of course, the autofocus, the auto contrast.
Oh God, I love it.
I know. I mean, here you can see the light right from the emitter right here, which is so beautiful. Anyway, let's talk about the movie, though. Let's give our spoiler-free opinion, first of all, because there's lots of spoilers to get into, and we want to get into it. First of all, this was a fantastic damn movie.
Yes.
Go see it.
Go see it.
Great.
It made up for everything that the prequels did.
I know a lot of people, my fans, do like the prequels. There's no accounting for taste. You like them, go right ahead and continue liking them. We won't try to make this into a big prequel bashing session. We'll talk about what this movie did right. But even if you like the prequels, go see these ones, because this was really, really damn good and really damn enjoyable. And I think, yeah.
Honestly, if you're already into Star Wars and if you've already seen them, you're going to go see this. Who are we kidding? You're probably seeing it right now. You probably saw it last night.
We're recording this right after we've gotten out of theaters and gotten home.
We gave this a 2 lightsabers up at the end.
People cheered.
We literally just held up our lightsabers at the end. Oh God, I love this toy.
Very fun experience. All the new characters were great. It explains, just enough that you need to know. The effects were great. The sound design, oh my God, was great. I love good sound design in movies. Mm-hmm. So that was really fantastic, a really, really enjoyable experience.
I just love every single shot, transition, every battle. This
feels like a proper Star Wars movie. And I can't stress this enough, because you can tell this just from the trailers and the teasers. This cinematographer deserves a damn Oscar if he doesn't have one already.
I feel like I learned so much by just watching it, how they handled every just pretty much every single way they did their shots. It's like I felt like I learned so much.
The art and cinematography are just gorgeous. How shots are framed, transitions from one scene to another make the most amount of sense. The design of everything, every location looks unique in its own right.
You know how they usually release the art of books for movies? There's a bunch of art of Star Wars books. I highly recommend all of them. I want to get the one for this one. Really, I want to get any of them. I just get them from the library. But still, I want to own the art of Force Awakens.
I was really concerned about all the attention BB-8 was getting in terms of like media and toys and promotion. I wanted to say this. My fear was, oh my god, they're gonna hype BB-8 up so much, and he's gonna turn out to be the next Jar Jar, isn't he?
No.
And then no, he's really good.
No, Jar Jar. You see, Jar Jar could talk, and that's what ruined him.
There's something about character.
It's just like BB-8 is pretty much. It's like Baby-8. It's so cute and round. You kind of want one in all your homes. I want a plushie for Christmas.
I don't remember someone out there. I can't remember who said it might have been Red Letter Media, not in the Plinkett reviews themselves, but I think he said once that Jar Jar's character is the only one that made sense in the prequels. His character arc was the only one that actually he made sense, which is why he didn't bash on it in the Plinkett review.
I actually like that telling that Jar Jar is actually the biggest evil.
There's
article.
In case you haven't heard, there's this theory that's going around the internet,
and I accept it.
That if you watch the prequels with the idea that Jar Jar is actually a Sith Master, and he was intended to be the big reveal, much like how Yoda in Empire Strikes Back was revealed to be, this goofy little weird alien thing, turned out to be this wise and powerful Jedi Master. There's this theory going around that Jar Jar was meant to actually be a Sith Master. It was going to be a big reveal, but after the such negative backlash to the character that it was going that Lucas backed out of it. It's a great theory, and if you watch the Phantom Menace by just paying attention to Jar Jar and how he moves and everything like that, it actually does make a kind of twisted sense, because you would never assume that this doofy, goofy, bizarre idiot of an alien could actually be doing it, but then you pay attention and just like kind of notice the way he moves his head, kind of mouthing words for other characters to say, and how successful he is in the battle, basically emulating a kind of drunken fighting style, and it kind of makes a twisted bit of sense.
And
I don't believe it. It's a good theory, and I really like it.
I want the theory to be true to make the prequels better in hindsight.
I would love for it to be true. The problem is twofold. One, if this was the original intention, no way in hell Lucas would have backpedaled on it. That you might move it forward if it was intended for Revenge of the Sith. You might move it forward to what's it called? Attack of the Clones. But you don't eliminate something like that. That makes it so that people watch it again and then like, oh my god, watching it in hindsight, it makes so much more sense. Drive up sales again of the original of the first movie and get people interested again, and it completely redeems the character arc. It's that kind of thing. He wouldn't do that if that was the case. And secondly, I just don't think he's that good of a storyteller.
He's not.
But if they resurrect that idea for the new trilogy, I would love that. I think that would be fantastic.
God, they're packing so much into the new trilogy already. I don't think there's any room.
So I think it's time then to get into spoiler territory.
It's Star Wars time. Come on, grab your friends. Something. Adventure ends with Rey the Scrapper and Finn the Stormtrooper.
Okay, I would say warning, spoiler alert first, but now you've kind of revealed that yes, indeed.
You just said we were about to go into it.
So I was going to say, people,
said you were going to go into it.
If you're going at this point, go see the movie. Stop right here if you don't want to be spoiled. So spoilers. Yes, this was Finn. Was exactly what I thought his character arc would be, based off of the loose shots of the trailer. I figured it was a stormtrooper who decided, based off of the 3 trailers that we had, that he was a stormtrooper who decided to leave the Empire, or in this case, the First Order. And it plays out exactly how I would hope such a story arc to be. The movie opens with a massacre of a village, and Finn or FN-T128 or something like that.
FN-24601, I don't know.
we reveal in this that yes, indeed, the stormtroopers are no longer clones, of course. But what's more, that the way they work is that they basically abduct children and train them since birth to become, maybe not abduct, maybe they're bred specifically.
Like Finn said, he was pretty much taken from his family. Don't remember it. They gave him that name. He doesn't have it.
They give him a numerical designation.
Yeah, and he gets named Finn by Poe, and he's like,
yeah, because his first two designation letters are FN.
He's like, FN. I'm just calling you Finn. Finn, I like that.
I like that. Yeah, oh my god, I am so happy. Poe Dameron is the first new character we get introduced to, and oh my god, I love him. He basically what I feel like. Again, I'm not trying to just continually bash on the prequels. It feels like this was the character that Anakin Skywalker was supposed to be during Attack of the Clones, in terms of he was a great star pilot. He was the most talented, cocky, kind of surefire guy who would be. I mean, even when he's captured by the First Order, he's defiant to the end, and like, what's that? I can't hear you through that mask. That kind of thing. He openly defying them, even though he knows he's probably dead. He's everything that I would want out of that character, and we see him be super talented with various vehicles and whatnot, and getting the hang of things and doing a really good job. And I love that. And I love that the two bond so quickly. He's not like there's no irritating arguments in this movie. No one acts like a moron in terms of I don't trust that guy. I'm not gonna think it's like, okay, you want to help? Oh no, that's great. I've realized it. I've realized at the Empire thing, it's freeing you is the right thing to do. You need a pilot. Bingo.
I just love how everyone was just on the ball with like jokes and banter and everything.
The banter and the jokes are fantastic throughout this. It's very much action beat, calm moments, witty pieces of dialogue back and forth.
That's
and of course,
not how the Force works.
Oh my god, best line of the movie. Finn and Han and Chewie are on what I'm pretty sure they're going to designate and call it the Star Killer, because it's not the Death Star. This thing is an actual planet that's been converted into a mega weapon.
So it's bigger. That's what Tom said.
And they say during that this thing kills stars. So since we use that name all the damn time, it was originally meant to be in the movie, but they changed it. So I'm calling it the Star Killer. When they're on the Star Killer, Finn admits that he actually doesn't entirely have a full plan, and because he doesn't actually know it, he's really here just to rescue Rey. Right. And he said, and it's like, don't worry, we'll just use the Force. Han's like, that's not how the Force works.
Oh god, that's my favorite line. That's the line of the movie for me. But rescuing Rey. Now Rey is probably my favorite character in this thing.
Rey was a fantabulous through this.
It's just started out pretty much like not wanting to leave home, but then had to leave home.
And we understand why she doesn't want to leave home. And it's a very strong thing. It's actually what I thought they were going to go with her character was that at one point she gets captured by Kylo Ren. And it looks, and I'm thinking like, oh, Finn is going to get trained in the ways of the Jedi.
No.
And with the loss of her family and home, I thought Rey will become a new Dark Apprentice.
No,
and since they were friends before, it would turn him against them.
No, I already knew like her story pretty much when it started out. It's pretty much Luke's story, like to a T. How she was on this desert. Let me finish. Okay, it's like she pretty much started out on this desert planet, didn't want to leave home, finally had to leave home because of an incident, and then just slowly, naturally learning the Force on her own. And then, full on, like, oh shit, I got the Force, cut this guy up now. It's just she found her destiny naturally. It wasn't like, do a thing. No. Oh shit, now we gotta do a thing. Oh crap, no. Now I'm doing a thing. Thank you, big-eyed lady.
Well, what differs this from Luke's story and makes it her own is that she keeps wanting to get back there because she does have a life there. It's a crappy life,
but she thinks she's going to get back her family.
Yeah, she actually gets it. She technically has been rescued. She has been rescued from this world, but she expects her family to be the ones to rescue her, and they're going to come back and come get her. But of course, they're not. And and that's the thing, she could have left at any time.
Pretty much.
And versus Luke, who was a reluctant hero because as much as he wanted to leave home, he felt like he had responsibilities and he had to obey his family and everything like that. I mean, I suppose there is a parallel in that regard of wanting to obey the family, except in this case, she doesn't really obey anything because I don't even know if they ever gave her an explanation why the hell they left her there.
Second movie.
I get the impression they sold her.
There's going to be a second movie. And there is kind of a selling thing, but then she would have still been a slave now if that was the case.
Yeah, and I get the and yeah, that was. I mean, let's go on from there. Yeah, Finn runs into her after bromance between him and Poe. Woo!
Oh God, yeah. Wait, you're the one shipping them?
Well, I love their banter in the TIE Fighter. Oh my God, you see that? I just did it. That was great, dude.
I'm the yaoi one here. No.
They're besties. That's what they are.
I'm the yaoi one, Lewis.
The two are besties. Finn and Rey are gonna end up together, unless it turns out they're brother and sister.
That's no. No.
Hey, he was taken from his family. He doesn't know his family. Rey hasn't seen her family in forever.
I feel like these are callback to other vlogs. Thematic callbacks, like the ones in the movie.
Okay, speaking of, essentially the plot. I mean, one of the things that George Lucas said about the prequels is that he wanted. It's that thing that was often repeated in the Plinkett reviews. It's like poetry; it rhymes. Every stanza of a thing repeats. In this case, the story, if you break it down to its essential parts, is A New Hope.
Yep, but it's like there's certain parts that definitely was calling back to the New Hope, and actually, I feel that the last lightsaber battle, anyway, was a callback to even Episode 3, with Han and the nerd. God, I'll get on him in a second, because god damn it. That basically on the bridge or whatever, talking to him, that was just like Luke and Vader. Mm-hmm. And then when you had the big lightsaber fight between nerd guy and Rey, that was just looking at it, look how it was shot, look how it was set up, was just like the one in Episode 3. But, so I was shaking my head the minute I saw
major spoiler here.
Major spoiler. Okay. I remember once my friend Jed told me that he could really guess movies just like that because he's seen a lot of them. And once he guessed that Charizard was going to come back in Pokemon, he was with his sister. He literally did his hand like this, and Charizard showed up in the screen in that same motion. I was looking at the screen, I'm shaking my head oh God, Han Solo is about to die, and I know exactly how, and I know exactly why, and I felt that was I know other people in the theater know this. I just took my hand out, went bzz, and of course, this minute I did that, zoom right through him.
I saw it coming too, though in my case it was because of Kylo Ren's dialogue. Earlier in the movie, he had said that he wasn't sure if he had the strength to truly break off the ties because of the temptation of the light side of the Force. And then when he's talking to Han and he says, "I need your help to do this," yeah, I was okay, yeah, he's gonna kill him.
Yeah, and I knew that Han was going to see his son at least once in that movie. But yeah. Speaking of their son's a nerd.
Kylo Ren is Han Solo's son. Han Solo and Leia's son. The two, and he was being trained in the ways of the Force by Luke, and somehow, Lord Snoke, is that what his name is?
Snoke.
Big giant guy who I really hope it turns out to be really big and giant, because that would be something kind of new and twisted, because this guy otherwise really is not really that imposing. He looks kind of just CG-ish.
I hope it's like Wizard of Oz, and he's just this tiny guy. Projector.
I would love it if Lord Snoke actually turned out to be just as big as his hollow projection.
Oh God. Or maybe he's Yoda-sized, and he has a little tiny throne. He's so tiny. You could just kick him around. But yeah, okay, so their son is a nerd. His unmasking revealed this pimply face, dark, greasy hair. Marks on his face, greasy haired, light, just soft talking, skinny nerd guy. He looks like a freaking goth boy in 10th grade.
Dad, I want to be in the Empire.
Yeah, he sounds like a whiny 10th grader.
It explains
emo guy from the 2005.
It makes perfect sense why he wears the mask, because it's the only way to make him look somewhat intimidating.
Otherwise, he's not intimidating at all. And I'm just you're not. Hell, your mom's cooler than you. What the hell? And so, and
I want to be the Empire.
And so,
I'm an Empire. I'm an Empire. I'm an Empire.
So, like, he was talking to his grandfather, which is really just a burnt helmet, Darth Vader's helmet, but it looks more like a Play-Doh statue he made himself, which makes it even more sad and nerdish.
I would love if he did that. If Darth Vader's suit, which actually should be flame resistant considering what happened to the guy originally.
It's the future. Come on, fabric technology had to advance.
I would love it if he did just like sculpt it and it like fell apart on its own.
He's not a good sculptor. He's tried his best.
I wanted to be an artist. Instead, they wanted me to be a Jedi.
Oh God, he sounds like a nerd. He looks like a. Oh God, he's. Oh, we're Star Wars fans who went to see this on the first day, and we're less nerdy than this character in the damn film.
And he was not killed. He was not killed in the movie, but he was very badly injured at several points. I actually thought his hand was cut off, but I think we saw him just lying in the stone. I'm pretty sure his hand was still on.
He was
scarred on his face though.
So you know what this means?
Now
he's gonna cosplay as his grandfather.
I think what's gonna happen is because at the end, Lord Snoke tells the Imperial officer, I don't know if he was ever named, Aryan Nazi guy.
He had red hair.
I thought he was blonde.
Looked like a redhead to me.
Either way, Imperial dude who clearly just wants to reports to him. Lord Snoke says, "Bring Kylo Ren to me. He must complete his training." And I'm pretty sure that's going to mean that in the next movie he's going to be Darth Vader.
God, he's such a nerd. Such a nerd.
I suspect.
Freaking nothing.
I suspect that there are more deleted scenes of him talking to the head. Because I don't think we ever heard the line from the trailer of "I will finish what you started."
He said that.
I'm pretty sure he didn't. I can't remember him saying it.
I think that.
I remember him talking to the head.
I think he said that.
I do not recall him actually saying, "I will finish what you started."
Yeah, he said that to the head.
I don't remember him saying that, but maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah.
But, Kylo Ren, sadly, he's imposing when he's actually in the mask and whatnot.
Yeah.
And there's a sequence where of course, the standard lackey reports to the villain that everything, that things have gone badly. And of course, he's worried because he thinks he's going to kill him. And Kylo Ren takes out the lightsaber and then just goes nuts slicing up a console.
He's
and the officer just kind of standing there like, and then close lightsaber. Continue.
Not only he throws temper tantrums, but he throws temper tantrums on top of being a nerd. He was throwing one in the room where Rey was captured and escaped, and he's like doing his thing, or the stormtrooper's like, "Wait a minute, let's go the other way."
Stormtrooper see what's going on. Not getting any of that.
Oh God, it's just such a.
Well, here's the thing, though. As much as his appearance and his voice really kind of suck when he's not in the mask, I get why they did it because he is supposed to be an incomplete Sith. He's not fully trained yet. He does have no control whatsoever over himself and his emotions. I mean, even the Sith in other things, they use their emotions to their advantage, but they still have to control them because otherwise they do stupid things.
This whole character's stupid. But you know what? He added some great hilarious levity, so he gets a pass. It's not even a pass. It's just so hilarious. I can't take him seriously. It's such a fucking nerd.
I do like that they actually use the cross hilt lightsaber to great effect when he's fighting Finn with the lightsaber.
Yeah, because it got
while they're locked together, he used it as the cross hilt to gouge into his shoulder.
Because I thought it was just like, oh man, they made it look so like, oh God, he made it that way so he can look even more badass. Like he
is a teenager who thinks he's cooler than him.
It's a Sith OC. Think of it. He's like this 15-year-old freaking doing a Star Wars campaign, which I actually saw people in line actually doing a Star Wars campaign, which was hilarious. And he made this because he drew his own OC and put it on DeviantArt, and that's why it looks that way.
And he's Han Solo's son, and he uses all the Sith powers.
Oh God, he sounds so much like something I would read you're the fanfic.
And he's got a cool super ultra mask, and Darth Vader trains him, and he's so much cooler than the other Sith.
Oh god, it is.
And then he gets to be Darth Vader.
He's a walking, talking fanfic. That makes me like this movie more, actually.
But yeah, if you break it down, the movie is essentially A New Hope in its various plot points, because we have desert planet with the Empire looking for a robot because of information it contains. There is a threatening doomsday weapon device that eventually destroys a planet just for its own sake. Which, by the way, Coruscant gets frickin' blown up. At least I'm pretty sure that's Coruscant.
Well, they blew a lot of crap up.
So much for the New Republic.
Yep.
Which is something that does confuse me a little, but I'll get back to that in a second. They lead a daring raid of a ragtag group to take out this doomsday weapon, and they succeed because of up-to-date information and using the Force.
Yep.
In this case, Rey at one point does use the Force to her advantage, and although she does not hear Obi-Wan saying use the Force.
Yeah, that's what I like about her.
She's self-taught, and I think that's going to tie into Luke, because Luke does not appear for 99.9% of this movie. He's only at the very end, and they say that he's out looking for the very first Jedi temple, which I suspect means that the new Jedi Order in this new canon, it can't just be him training a new array of Jedi. It has to be like the first Jedi self-discovering their powers, and like Rey has. Yeah, this is the thing that confuses me. There is a new republic. The Empire is no more. The First Order is technically a rebellion of sorts. So why is Leia's forces called the Resistance if they're not resisting against the governmental body?
Because it's kind of like calling the military, the army, the army.
So after the New Republic is formed, they're not reformed into the New Republic Army. They just kept the name Rebellion Resistance.
Branding. It's like Target, Kmart, Resistance. Oh, you know what little thing I liked?
What?
BB-8 meeting R2-D2, and it's like, Senpai! It's just the way he was acting, like, Senpai!
I do wonder.
And then finally, when he came to and did the map, it's like, Senpai noticed me, and I can help. Oh god.
Majority of the beginning of the first half hour, 40 minutes of the movie is focused strictly on the new characters, which is great.
Yeah,
we get to know these people very quickly about their character traits, what they like, what they want to do, and what kind of people they really are,
and how good they can be in a sitch, man. Even surprising themselves, they didn't know how to use the Millennium Falcon.
The Millennium Falcon apparently after was stolen and
then
sold
4 times.
Stolen and sold and restolen and a whole bunch of things. So Han Solo has been working as a smuggler again after his son turned to the dark side, because it's painful for a relationship when they lose it, when you lose something like that.
Let's go for that one. Why not that one? That one's garbage. Okay, let's go for the garbage. And it ends up being the
panning over Millennium Falcon. The entire place cheered.
Oh god, everyone cheered, and just seeing them try to use it.
And they show how talented Rey is by how she's quickly able to figure out how to pilot it, figure out new tricks, and of course, they follow some logical steps. Like, for example, the ship needs a co-pilot. Otherwise, she's trying to reach across the thing and do multiple things at once here, and it's such a pain in the ass. And poor Finn is operating the gutter turns. Like, how the hell do you use this thing?
Hey, he's from sanitation. Seriously, Finn started out in sanitation.
Harrison Ford is so good in this versus Indiana Jones. Indiana Jones, it feels like very much like he's kind of sleepwalking through the role, not helped by using really bad takes of him, the part-time.
Yeah.
But in this case, he slips right back into the role so easily, smooth talking himself and being badass. And oh, by the way, Han threw first.
It's like Han never left. It's like Leia never left.
Two different smuggler factions are pissed off at Han again. So again, repeating the stanzas from A New Hope, and so. He's carrying these dangerous aliens aboard his ship to try to make some money, and through some quirky activities, the aliens get loose, start killing people, and Han just punches one of the dudes and throws it back to the Raptard-tarns, whatever they are called.
They kind of look like the Marlboros from Final Fantasy.
They're
with like tentacles.
They're like tentacles and just big maws, and they roll.
Oh god, that was awesome.
Hey, I can't remember what they were called. Rap something.
Oh, and Chewie was there.
Oh, Chewie was there. Oh my god, when Han is killed by Kylo Ren, Chewie starts unloading on him. Is the only guy who actually gets a blast off on Kylo in terms of guns, because we established Kylo's badass credits early on when Poe shoots him with a blaster and Kylo stops the blast. It's like shimmering. It wants to keep moving.
It's just like there, like.
Yeah, it's not like Vader who could just take him to the fist. He just stops it and then pulls Poe over to him.
Yeah, that was so beautiful. Too bad he turned out to be a nerd. Just dork. Not even a nerd. Dork.
BB-8 was great. It felt like the droids had the droid felt like it had a lot more purpose in the movie, and there was actually emotional connection to it between him and Poe and BB-8, and then Rey and BB-8. They kind of develop a friendship together, and even Finn at one point is like, okay, I'm not really with the Resistance, but you got to keep that secret. And BB-8's just like,
wait,
what am I doing here?
It's like so much personality. It's such a little round robot. It's the perfect mascot and just all around.
Master Solo, you might not recognize me because my arm is red now.
God damn it,
oh, 3PO. They wisely didn't have 3PO throughout the whole movie doing his shtick, because really, as much as we like these characters, they could get annoying at times. 3PO in particular, because he's very snooty and commenting, and that's just not done kind of a thing. They wisely kept him back. And we didn't need an interpreter droid because, as it turns out, Rey can speak droid. She can speak beeps and boops.
How do you learn to speak droid? Where do you take that class?
You can understand him? Of course I can.
Where do you take it? Tatooine Community College? What? How do you speak droid? Someone explain that to me in the comments.
Maybe it's a Force thing.
No, because Poe could do it.
Poe could not speak droid.
He was communicating with BB-8, though.
He was talking to him, but he was not able to understand the beeps.
Oh, god damn it.
Rey was able to understand the beeps.
Oh, god.
Poe was able to understand them, too. So maybe there's...
That's what I just said.
I thought you said Finn could understand him.
Poe. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay, so Poe could understand him. So maybe there's a droid language course. There's what are they called? Rosetta Stones and droid language.
Rosetta Stone Star Wars droids. Is that going to be the new fictional language to learn, other than Klingon and Elvish? The third language?
Beeps and boops. How does anyone understand anyone else in this universe? There are so many languages being spoken at any given time.
Oh, speaking of...
We all... Vegan the same damn language, and we don't understand each other half the time.
I can understand you over your, thick Minnesota accent.
Oh, well,
Speaking of other things, alien design. So much new ones, it seemed like.
Mm-hmm. Some of them look like they might have been CG, although if they weren't, then they just looked really damn good at the very least.
Akbar looked like he was practical.
Admiral Akbar is still alive!
People cheered at that. I'm surprised no one just yelled, "It's a trap." But yeah, it's just he looked practical, which I'm like, yeah.
He looked kind of a bit rougher around the edges, but you would understand that because he's 20 years older.
Yeah, and some of the aliens and stuff look like they weren't CG.
There's a new character. I can't remember, like Laz something. She's this yellow alien who is like 1,000 years old and has these spectacles that she can use for like magnifying objects. She's an old friend of Han Solo, and while she is not a Force user herself, she says that she understands the Force and can sense the Force. And she has something most precious of all. She has Luke's original lightsaber.
Yeah, you said she seems like she's going to be the new Yoda.
I feel like she's going to be the new Yoda.
I disagree. I don't think she's going to be the new Yoda.
I certainly hope she's not dead.
Yeah, I hope not too, because, she's actually pretty cool.
I really liked her character. That's another, again, no one was annoying in this movie. I mean, even though we complained about Kylo Ren, it wasn't that he was annoying, it's that he was just kind of laughable.
He's laughable.
Without the helmet on.
He's not a bad character. Him being so laughable and dorky just makes this movie better for me. It's just like, everyone else is so cool. He's like, I'm cool too. I got little things on my lightsaber. My OC is awesome. DeviantArt just doesn't understand. I'm gonna read Dwarfs and Droids now. Seriously, I can't. Where is Dwarfs and Droids? Are they anywhere?
They're on Return of the Jedi right now. I don't think they've said whether or not they're going to do Force Awakens yet as well.
I really hope they do, because I'll read it from Force Awakens if they do it. Because I'm so behind in that. I think last time I read it, I was still on Phantom.
Darths and Droids, really damn good. Really, check out that webcomic.
Yeah, I recommend Darths and Droids.
Let's see, what else? What else is there to say about this? Plot-wise, it's very good. Strong character. But yeah, I hope she's the new Yoda. I hope she's not dead. And she somehow got Luke's lightsaber. Even Han's like, how the hell do you get this? And she says, that's a long story. I can't explain right now. Maybe one of the spin-off movies is going to explain that. But I mean, I can understand if she was able to recover it, because it wasn't like the saber was destroyed. It was just cut off of his hand at Bespin, and it could have been found. Maybe she was an inhabitant of Cloud City and she found it.
Oh man, but
although it was said that maybe someone else found it and gave it to her, considering they said that she's been running this trading post or whatever it is for 1,000 years.
Yeah, and it seemed like to be an important meeting spot. But yeah, I left this movie with all grins.
That was, yeah. There was, I mean, I'm trying to think of anything I might not like about it. I mean, maybe if you were really against a nostalgic callback. Okay, here's my minor complaint in the grand scheme of things. I was hoping that Captain Phasma would have a much larger role in the story, and she really didn't. She was actually a minor character. Maybe she'll get expanded on later. She's the lady in the platinum stormtrooper outfit.
Yep.
Maybe a bunch of her scenes were cut out of the final movie.
She seemed more menacing than fucking Cal.
Ben.
His name's Ben.
She seemed really tall too. She was taller than both Han and Finn. It was like, I'm in charge. Yeah, what do you say about that, Phasma? I'm in charge here now.
That was so great.
Yeah, don't overdo it. Pull it back.
Finn is just such a delight.
Do you guys have garbage chutes here?
We have trash compactors.
And Phasma just looks at her.
I love everybody. I even love the dork a little bit.
I hope Phasma has a much larger role. And yeah, that's the thing. There were definitely other female stormtroopers, because Kylo Ren is speaking to a female stormtrooper at one point. There's a much more diverse selection of stormtroopers and people who are rebels. There's a female X-Wing pilot, which, by the way, there was a female Y-Wing pilot in the original who they dubbed over with a male voice. What the hell?
Yeah, lots more diversity, lots more, just everything we would have asked for. We just got. So now what?
Yeah, I'm interested to see where they go from here with the First Order, and hopefully we'll learn more about Lord Snoken or whatever the hell. That name just sounds kind of goofy.
Snork?
Yeah, Snork.
Come along with the Snorks.
It sounds like his name is Lord Snoke.
Play along with the Snorks.
Lord Snork. Snork.
You never seen, you're too young to remember the Snorks. God, they were okay, for those of you who's too young to remember the Snorks, think of the Smurfs, but in water. They were water Smurfs.
Any time the lightsabers are turned on, it's treated as an important moment, and the sound design. Luke's lightsaber in particular.
Yeah, basically they don't overdo it on the lightsabers.
And the combat feels a lot better as a result of them not just flipping around. I mean, again, I'm not trying to harp so much on the prequels, but the fight scenes can get kind of boring at times when the action is just too fast to follow what's going on and be invested in it. And in this case, the lightsabers, I think, came out 3 times in terms of actual lightsaber fights, if you can really call them that. The first important moment for lightsabers, of course, what's his face? Kylo Ren massacring the village and killing people with that. Second important is Finn turning on Luke's lightsaber and, fighting against some stormtroopers with it. And the stormtroopers have upgraded their arsenal a bit because we have one with a kind of like weird, not a lightsaber, of course. It's really kind of more of kind of similar to those weapons that the Grievous's droids were using
it's a melee weapon.
Yeah.
I was like, holy crap, that stormtrooper's got a melee weapon. Yeah.
And of course, Finn is not trained in using the lightsaber, so he's just barely holding on his own against this guy who clearly knows what the hell he's doing with the thing. And even though we have no idea who the hell this random stormtrooper is, and I'm sure knowing Star Wars, they're probably going to give him a name and an elaborate backstory. Him just looking at Finn and saying "traitor" and throwing aside his weapons so he could go melee against him. It feels like there's emotional depth there, like there's a story there.
Yeah, there's like an unknown story right there, because we can't tell any of the stormtroopers apart, but they could. Hell, like the whole reason why Finn was marked with blood when his friend died was so you could tell him apart from the rest.
Yeah, he looked down on the stormtrooper's armor on his hand's been cut off. He wipes blood on it, and again, he's able to act with his body without having to speak, and it's important. It's an important skill to do if you're going to be an actor, because while the face is, of course, and the eyes are the most expressive parts of the body, you need to be able to do more with that, and because your entire body is a tool in acting. I remember in film class when we were watching Psycho, the thing we were supposed to pay attention to was Anthony Perkins during the scene with him and I can't remember her name, the woman who gets killed in the first half hour of Psycho, because you could see anytime Anthony Perkins' stance or how he was looking changed, it reflected his emotional mood at the moment.
But yeah, it's just.
So yeah, the lightsaber fights are really intense, and because we've become invested in these characters, we feel like every single blow is an important thing to happen.
Yeah, and man, I haven't walked out of theater that happy since probably a Marvel movie.
That was really damn good. I'm looking forward to the next one. I think the next one is in 2 years. I don't know.
2 years. I can't wait any longer.
It makes me sad that J.J. Abrams is not helming all three of them.
Why is that?
I'm not sure. Apparently it was like that with the original trilogy, that each one was directed by a different person.
I don't know. I don't know. I want to fact check on that.
I looked it up myself when I heard that he wasn't going to be directing the other two. Because it said, every single one of them. George Lucas directed the first one. I can't remember who directed the second one. Lawrence, was it Kasdan or who did it? Someone else did Empire, and then a third person did Return of the Jedi, with probably a lot more, with the scripting more done by George Lucas in that case. So
but yeah, I think this. Because forever, my favorite Star Wars was Empire.
Okay.
But I think this went up a slot, so now it's going to be Force Awakens and then Empire in my list of favorites. This
is kind of amazing in this regard, because SF Debris has done a recent playthrough of The Old Republic, and he talked about one of the storylines in The Old Republic, in the MMO game. And one of the things he mentions was that Tatooine is visited in pretty much every single one of the Star Wars movies, except for Empire. And Empire is the best one. Really says something, doesn't it? and then you realize, hey, they didn't actually go to Tatooine in this one either.
Nope.
It looks like Tatooine because it's a desert planet. Because one desert looks like another one. Jakku, I think that's what it's called. So yeah.
Yep.
No. It's that odd numbered Star Trek movies are good. Odd numbered movies suck rule in Star Trek. It's if you don't go to Tatooine, everything is okay.
Here's some money. Go see yourself a Star Wars. I haven't seen that GIF once today.
Do you have any final thoughts for this one?
Sometimes when you get drunk and you feel so very happy, it's like that, except I'm sober. I was afraid that we were going to be like those who saw Star Wars for the first time in 1999. A whole new generation camping out. And back in 99, you couldn't get tickets online or whatever. They were at the theater for like probably over 24 hours, maybe days, camped out to see Star Wars. On screen, new Star Wars that hasn't been in like a long time. And it sucked. I was hoping we would not be the Phantom Menace generation. We are not. We did it. We did it! Yes! Yes!
America!
Fuck yeah!
I would talk about trailers at this point, but actually, very wisely, they only showed one trailer before the movie, which was Captain America Civil War, which is the same trailer everyone's already seen, and it looks good, and I'm looking forward to it. And yeah, then it just went straight to the movie. Good!
Yes,
We've all been
thank
waiting
you.
this long, we just want to see the movie.
I'm happy. I haven't been this satisfied over a movie in a long time.
I was very satisfied with that, very happy with this. Yeah.
Anything you gotta say?
No, I think we've covered pretty much all the grounds we wanted to, but this was really damn good. Go see it. Go see it again if you want to, because that was a fun ride, and I'd love to do it again.
Yeah.